I am recording. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. My name is Thor, and it's All Fish and Chips, the podcast. I don't know what that word was going to be before podcast. It started with an F, whatever it was.
Fantastic.
The fun time. It's All Fish and Chips, the fun time. My name is Thor, like I said, and this is episode 70. 70 episodes.
I feel old.
I didn't honestly think we would get to 70 episodes. I'll be real honest with you, but before we begin any of this discussion, to my left, in his Hawaiian shirt, still celebrating the islands because he can't celebrate the Chiefs this week, it's Bubby.
Yeah, I'm sad about that.
And then this was going to be a 3-person in-person podcast today, but unfortunately, Amanda has found all the traffic in lower Missouri and decided to join it. So she is in the world's largest traffic jam on Highway 65, but joining us via internet, via satellites, via the World Wide Web, we've got Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Yeah, that's right. She is Amanda. Episode 70. Amanda, did you think we would ever get to episode 70?
Yeah, I'm surprised it took us this long.
Really? We do it every week. I don't know what you want from me.
Know.
All right, that's it. From here on out, we're recording 4 episodes a week. We're just going to put them out, just nonstop, just barrage the internet with this content. That'll learn them. No, 70 episodes. I'm proud of us. We committed to something and we're doing it. And we appreciate all you folks who are listening along with us and enjoying the podcast. Thanks for coming on this journey with us. Like I said, it's episode 70. We got some show news to begin with. I have created a QR code for our podcast that I'll be sharing to the Facebook group, and probably maybe put it on the homepage as well. But if you guys can find that and share that with all your friends, just I don't know, print it out and stick it onto random walls around your neighborhood or at work or wherever you want to so people can scan it and find our podcast. That'd be fun. So look for that coming up here in the very near future. I'm gonna be posting that before I even announce it on the podcast, before the podcast goes live. So we got a QR code. We're moving up in the world, kids. I had to figure out how to make a QR code, by the way. It was not as easy as you'd hope. Most people wanted me to pay for it. But it turns out Apple will do it for free. And I was like, thanks, Apple.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me a QR code. Hopefully it never expires. We'll find out. Weather has turned cold. News and weather on the 8th. The weather has turned cold. It's got down to 50-something today, and it ain't going to get much better from here on out. Bubby is out of shorts. He's put on long pants. It is a
too cold
tragedy. It's a damn shame.
I'll be back in them next week.
Oh, it's like a warm. It's
60s.
Oh, okay.
Gets in the 60s, I'll wear them.
All right, fair enough. Amanda, do you have a hard cutoff for shorts?
I don't wear shorts a lot.
So 1,000,000 degrees is your hard cutoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything below 1,000,000, Amanda is not wearing shorts. She's just going to wear.
I did wear short sleeves into work today.
Oh, that's a bold move on a cold day.
I boycott the cold.
I boycott the cold. I was out working in the cold today, and it wasn't my favorite. It was a bit windy down where I was, but we survived, so that's good. We got a bunch of things we're going to kind of talk about this week, but I'm going to start at the most recent one here, Bubby. And I was just reading this article, and I just want you to get excited with me. The McRib's coming back, Bubby.
I like a good McRib.
All right? Well, first of all, I don't think you could say the word good and McRib in the same sentence.
Tasty? It's tasty.
Oh, it is. It's delicious, but it's 100% cardboard and like
sawdust
and hamster shavings or whatever they got in there.
But it's got a lot of barbecue sauce on it.
And this is the point of my story. Okay, in this article here from the lovely people at Yahoo, the McDonald's McRib is officially coming back in December. But if you scroll down a little bit on this article, Bubby, And that's not all. I'm reading directly from the article. McDonald's is also debuting its A Whole Lot of McRib sauce, which will be available to purchase online in limited edition half-gallon jugs for $20.
Half gallon.
That's a lot of McRib sauce. Half gallon of McRib sauce. Starting November 25th. So that's like next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So me and Bubby are going to get online and buy some McRib sauce, and then we'll be here at the podcast drinking it in shot glasses. So look forward to that episode, Amanda.
Do they ship it to you, or you have to go to a local McDonald's?
I think
they
probably send it to you. Yeah.
All right.
And then we'll put it in shot glasses and do shots of McRib sauce. That'll be just ugh. Could you imagine?
Mix it with a Malort.
Oh, now I feel I haven't eaten dinner yet. I feel a little
nauseous.
Yeah. So you're a pro McRib, Bubby.
Yeah.
How many when it comes back? How many you eat before it goes away again? I have a hard number. I know exactly my number. How many McRibs do you eat before it goes away?
I don't have one.
Oh, okay. So you just eat as many as you can until they're gone?
I can't say.
Okay.
Just whenever I feel like having one, I don't necessarily just have one every day.
Mine is 3 trips. It's officially 3 trips. First trip, it's the most delicious thing in the world. Second trip, these are good. I love a McRib. Third trip, I go, I've eaten as many McRibs as I want to eat.
I'm good. Yeah.
I will wait till they come back. Amanda, how about you? Do you eat a McRib? Are you pro?
I've never had one.
Really? Huh. This might be an outing adventure. Maybe I'll just have to get them for one of the podcasts. Just bring them all in, and everyone can sample a McRib. There's a McDonald's right down the street. I can go get them fresh, quote unquote fresh. You keep the pickle on, Bubby? You take the pickle off?
No pickle.
100%. Good job, Bubby. Keep the onions. Ditch the pickle, correct?
Pickle. No
all
pickle.
Right. Good job. Bubby's eating a McRib the correct way. All right.
I'm trying to read the ingredients.
Oh, they list the ingredients of a McRib?
Go down the next paragraph, yeah. It starts out. Ingredients of the McRib.
They've changed over the years. Yeah, I see that. Ammonia sulfate, a fertilizer. That's always good. That's what you want in there. They got azotocarbonamide. I didn't do good on that one. A flour bleaching agent most commonly used in manufacturing foam plastics like gym mats. This all checks out. Every bit of this so far is correct for every McRib I've ever eaten. There are 70. How are there 70 ingredients in a McRib, Bubby? It's a bun. It's onion. It's the pickle that you throw away. And it's a slab of meat with barbecue sauce on it.
It's the sauce. The sauce has all the random ingredients in it.
Oh, mate, you think? I guess that's what
I don't know.
That's what makes it good. The foam plastic gym mat and fertilizer. That's what makes that sauce so good. I'll buy it.
Yeah, it's a filler, so you don't have to just keep eating them. You're satisfied with one.
Oh yeah, because you're like, oof, this. I feel like I ate a gym mat, and you are correct.
Yeah,
you ate a gym mat.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Bobby's like, I'll eat a gym mat. I was trying to think of it's like Dr. Pepper. It's got, like the 38 flavors or whatever is in a Dr. Pepper. It's kind of the same
23.
way. 23. Okay, Amanda, Dr. Pepper expert. I have banned Dr. Pepper from my life because I could not be trusted. But yeah, 23 flavors, but they're not going to tell you what any of them are. They're like, psh, good luck. And apparently one of them's gym mat. The other one's...
I always mix cherry with mine.
Do you?
So I know at least one thing that's in it.
Fair enough. I mean, you can taste the cherry that's in there now, and I'm going to assume there's pepper in there too, because it's in the name.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I'd be upset if one of the 23 ingredients was not pepper. I mean, I feel like I've been lied to all this time.
And now they make all the flavors like cream soda, strawberry.
That cream soda one's pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah, they should do like Oreos and just go off the reservation.
Oh,
and just have like anchovy Dr. Pepper.
All right, I'll go there. So a couple nights ago, I went to the store and Kathy said, "Bring home some Oreos." So I'm looking at the shelf,
right,
and it's just a barrage of just lots of flavors.
Right.
Which one did she want?
Which flavors do you remember that were on there?
Chocolate and cream, not wafer, cream. The cookie part was cream, not chocolate.
Like cookies and cream?
No.
Because they have cookies and cream.
They may have had that. But
So they have cookies and cream Oreos, Bubby. All right? And I want you to think about this. What is cookies and cream ice cream?
it's Oreo.
Yeah. So they made Oreo-flavored Oreos.
Right.
And I was like, we have circled all the way back around.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
We
mint.
we forgot what the flavor was.
There's mint. And
We accidentally made Oreo-flavored Oreos.
Yeah.
My bad. Amanda, where are you on the Oreo train? On or off?
Off.
Really? What's your cookie?
I just don't really like them.
Okay. See, I consider the Oreo to be probably the most perfect cookie. Like, I got no problem with an Oreo. What's your cookie of choice then? What's your go-to, Amanda?
I like a Nutter Butter.
Oh, that's a good answer. Nutter Butter is a good answer.
Snickerdoodle.
Oh, you're going off. You're just going like homemade. You don't even buy a cookie at the store, do you?
They have snickerdoodles.
Do they? Who makes Keebler's? Probably them little L's make.
Yeah, Lay's. I don't know.
I don't think it's Lay's. I think they're strictly chip people.
I don't
the
know.
Lay's department.
I think
Land
Archway.
O'Lakes, something
Nope,
like that.
That's butter.
But I think they have cookies, don't they? I've seen.
Did you say Archway, Amanda?
Yeah, I think so. And those were the cookies that you could win on the Bozo show.
Oh, we talked about the
And I
Bozo
think,
show.
I don't know if they still exist, like
Right.
the Archway cookies, but they used to make a snickerdoodle.
Have we talked about the Bozo show on this episode on this podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was
Oh, we have.
the grand prize game.
I love the grand prize game.
Oh, the fucking grand prize game is the best thing in the whole world. Bobby, do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to watch it.
Okay. For those who live in foreign countries who do listen to this podcast, the Bozo show was on Chicago's local radio TV
WGN.
WGN. They were a super station, so they broadcast out on cable, and they had a wide reach. And there's a clown named Bozo the Clown who's pretty famous. You may know of him, and he had a early afternoon show that you could watch. Variety show with him and a couple other clowns. Cookie the Clown. There was a girl clown. I don't remember her name. A couple other people on the show as well. And they did skits and blah, 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 whatever. None of that matters because it comes down to two things. Number one is the grand prize game. And the grand prize game is the highlight of that show. And in the grand prize game, Bozo the Clown has set out like 8 buckets at varying distances, all in a row. So there's one
I think they're the same distance.
Yeah, but I mean, one is right at your feet. Then there's one a little further. Then one a little further, and a little further, and a little further, and a little further out. And they're all on a board, so they could just bring out the board, and it had all the buckets already on it. And then they picked kids at random from the audience, and those kids would come up, and then they would pick a name out of all the letters that were submitted. And you got one boy and one girl from the audience, and then they would pick one letter. And the boy would pick a boy letter, and the girl would pick a girl letter. And then they were playing for those people at home as well as playing for themselves. So whatever prizes they won, the kids at home won as well. Bub, you ever sent in a letter?
No.
I 100% sent in a letter.
Did not.
They did not pick my letter ever, but I did 100% send in a letter because I wanted to win. And so now the kid stands there with his feet, like basically his toes touching the bucket. And they get a ping pong ball, and you just got to the ball into the ping pong bucket. You put it in the first bucket, you win the prize. Second bucket, you win the second bucket prize. And that goes all the way up to the top prize. And you just keep playing till you miss a freaking bucket. You don't lose anything for missing the bucket. I think you get like a 1 or 2 tries. I want to say you get multiple tries.
I think it was just one try.
You think it was just one try, Amanda?
I think so.
I feel like if you missed the first one, you got to try again.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. If you missed that first bucket, Bozo was like, I'm sorry. I can't give this kid. I can't give this kid. Just send him home with nothing. Like, try again, kid. That bucket is at your feet. All you have to do is
drop it in,
lean down, and you can just place it in there. You don't even have to drop it in. You can just place it in there, and you'll get the prize.
I don't know any that really missed the first one.
No, if you missed the first one, you should be banned for life from the Bozo show. Hold on, I'm writing a note.
I used to have a cousin that was Bozo's not portrait, but he would like paint pictures of Bozo
Oh, okay.
on canvas.
Okay.
And
Like professionally? Amateur?
professional.
Okay.
And,
What did he do with these pictures? Send them to his victims?
no,
Okay.
what? No, it was for Bozo himself.
Oh, he painted pictures and sent them to Bozo?
For Bozo. Bozo hired him.
Oh, okay. This makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And
Than your weird cousin in a trailer just painting Bozo pictures.
And he actually had made one for me, and I wish I'd kept it.
You threw it away?
I have no idea what happened to that.
You gave away some priceless
I
memorabilia
did,
there, Bubby.
I did. It could have been a garage sale. I don't know. I don't use this anymore.
Somebody found it, and it's worth like $30,000 or something.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway, kids, back to my story. Buckets, throw the thing. I don't know where that noise came from. Just keep on moving on with your life. They throw that in the first bucket. You get the small prize, right? And you get like a coloring book or something. You know, it wasn't. The first prize was not very good. Archway cookies, maybe, right?
I think that was the first one.
Yep, get the cookies. Then second one, you move up. Maybe you get like a Rubik's Cube or a Slinky or something like that. The big prize, though, that's the one we're shooting for, was the bike. Okay, you got it in the end bucket. Psh, you got the bike, and that's what I wanted so bad. I wanted that Bozo bike. I want to win that bike on the Bozo show.
I always wanted the. They're almost like Rock'em Sock'em. They're blow up.
Oh, like
Boxing
inflatable fists.
Yeah, because they'd be red and they'd blow them up and they'd show them on.
Uh-huh.
You've just won, whatever it was called.
Sucko Bops.
And yeah, I was like, those are cool. I want some of those.
Just wail on some. I just go next door and wail on that kid next door with these.
Never got any.
Mm-hmm. So that's the first highlight and the main highlight. Mm-hmm. I saw like 2 kids ever win the bike, by the way. You got to about bucket 4 or 5 and then you flamed out every time.
Yeah. Because you're 5 years old.
Yeah, because you're 5 or 6 or whatever you are. Yeah, you're not a premier athlete here. But the second part that I liked the best was the very end when they had the parade. And the parade, quote unquote, is just everybody in the audience gets up and marches out of the studio, but they march by the camera and then they get to wave at the camera as they're marching out of the studio. First of all, genius plan by the Bozo people to get all those people the hell out of the theater.
Right.
Because they're like, all right, we're going to do the parade now. Everybody parade your ass right out the door. Bye, Felicia. And then, but everybody got to wave at the camera as they were leaving. And I always thought that was really cool too. I was like, I want to wave on the camera. But I never got, my parents aren't taking me to Chicago to be on the Bozo show, especially when we lived in Virginia. It's a bit of a hike. Man, what was your favorite part of the Bozo show?
The grand prize game.
Grand prize game, yeah. That's pretty much it. I have just vague recollections of some of the skits, and mostly they were the ones with Cookie because I liked Cookie the best.
I like Cookie too.
Yeah. He was kind of like the foil. Like Bozo was the crazy wild one, and then Cookie was there. He was like sad most of the time because of the bullshit that Bozo was doing. He's just like, Bozo. So I was a fan. All right, so any other kid shows that stand out to you, Bubby, growing up? Like what was the one that you like? That one show that you just like had to watch, like one of your favorites.
We've talked about this before, but the Croft.
Oh yeah, Superstars.
Yeah, all those shows.
Sid and Marty Krofft Saturday morning cartoon.
Those were the best.
All right, Amanda, what about you? What was your go-to? Like if you could bring back one show from back then, and it was promised to be as good as it was back then for you.
I really liked Under the Umbrella Tree.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I liked that. I don't know. There were a lot of shows. I feel like shows that I was the only person that watched.
Okay, I'll play this game with you.
What most of mine were. There was like I also really liked the Winnie the Pooh morning show that had them in the costume.
Oh, like the mascot costumes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I liked
Remember Zoom? Did you watch Zoom, or you're too young for that?
I barely remember
don't know.
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah, I have a vague recollection of Zoom.
I think it was something electric company. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
No.
321 Contact? That's electric company. For sure. No? I'm the only one there.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Bloodhound. It had the Bloodhound Gang on them, which was like 3 kids solving mysteries, but there was like they started their own fake detective agency, but they had like a phone number and people could call in looking for a detective, and they'd be like, "Oh, that guy's out. We'll come help you." And then these 3 kids show up to like solve your mystery with math. That was the Bloodhound Gang. That was on 321 Contact.
Okay.
Talk about shows that only I know about. All right, what else you got, Amanda? Shows only you know about.
I don't know. I don't remember the names of some of them.
All right, I'm going to throw out a couple here. Pinwheel.
Okay.
That's early Nickelodeon.
I like Pinwheel.
Okay. Then there was another one, and I cannot remember the name of it. And I think I've talked about
Daily
this.
Special?
Daily Special. Is that the one in the at night in the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
100%.
Yep, I like that one too. Yeah.
So this, Bubby, I don't know if I've talked about this one or not, but I'm about to talk about it again because I love this show. This show was insanity. So the movie Mannequin. You remember the movie Mannequin, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So take that movie, make it a dude instead of a lady for the mannequin. He's in a department store, and he only comes to life at night when you put this hat on him. He's got like one of them Scotland golfer hats. You know what I'm talking about? He's got that hat. You put that hat on, that son of a bitch comes to life, right? And then there's a lady and a guy, and they're regular people, okay? Then there's a security guard, but for some reason, the security guard is a Muppet, but it's a dude, puppet. And then there's also a mouse who is also a puppet. And then the mannequin that comes alive, and they have adventures in the department store at night when the mannequin comes alive.
That's just disturbing.
Yeah, that's a weird one. You can't do that on television. It's probably the one I would bring back, because I fucking loved when Moose got slimed on that show. It made me laugh every single time. That and Captain Kangaroo. Did you ever watch Captain Kangaroo, Bobby?
Oh yeah,
Amanda, you're probably too
green
young.
jeans.
You're probably too young for.
I did. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Okay, so
I also remembered I really liked Eureka's Castle.
Eureka's Castle has one of the best like opening theme songs of one of those shows of that time frame.
Yeah,
Without a doubt. Check it out on the YouTubes. I'll see if I can remember. I'll put that in my show notes, will you? Eureka's Castle, and I'll remember to put a link to it on our Facebook group there. So Captain Kangaroo had 2 puppets. One of them was a moose, and it was Mr. Moose. And Mr. Moose was like that kid from Fat Albert who had the one joke. Rudy, I think, was the one who had the one joke.
Talking like a baby.
No, that first of all, racist. Stop it. Secondly, no, Rudy was
on the show.
You remind me of a school field trip. And they go, why do I remind you of a school field trip? And he go, no class. And every single joke, the same punchline, no class. Just a different setup, okay? True. Mr. Moose, same thing. Mr. Moose had a joke. I don't even remember the setup for the joke, but the payoff is a shit ton of ping pong balls will fall on Captain Kangaroo's head. And so he'll do the setup, whatever happens, and then the payoff is always all these ping pong balls fall on Captain Kangaroo's head. And I laughed every single time it happened because I am stupid and I was a stupid small child, and that made me laugh every time.
I remember nothing from those shows.
Oh, I loved when Mr. Moose dropped them ping pong balls. Mr. Wizard, Amanda, I think you're on board with that one as well. We've talked about him in the past. Another show from my childhood that I really enjoyed. So there's that. We got that going for us. If you've got a favorite show from your childhood that you want to shout out, run on over to the Facebook group. It's All Fish and Chips on Facebook. And shout out your show that you were a huge fan of back in the day. Bubby.
Hello.
What's been going on at your house? Because it seems like the boy might be running amok.
He just has.
Oh, first of all, homework question. Do you remember the question that Parker wanted us to ask?
That's
okay.
one of these.
Okay, that's one of these
topics.
two.
Yes.
All right. You want to start there, or do you want to start the other one?
I'll start there. So that question was, why is Bluetooth called Bluetooth? Or what does tooth have to do with Bluetooth?
Oh.
That's how he asked it.
That's a good question.
What does tooth have to do with Bluetooth?
And I'm going to be real honest with you. I have no idea.
I know. I can tell you.
Okay. Amanda, do you have any idea? Would you care to hazard a guess?
No.
No.
No one's ever thought.
Bluetooth.
Why
Hold on. Let me
is
think.
it called Bluetooth?
Bluetooth. I'm going to say it's a company that it was named after
Nope.
from Sweden. That's my guess.
No.
All right.
Nope.
What do we got, Bubby? Why is Bluetooth called Bluetooth?
Bluetooth is
This
named.
better not be a joke.
No.
Okay.
It's named after King Harold Bluetooth Gormson,
Where's he from?
a 10th century Scandinavian king
Oh, Sweden. I was close.
who united Denmark and Norway.
Ah, so close.
So the inspiration was the Intel engineer named Jim Cardack suggested the name as a temporary code name during meeting with other industry leaders.
Which is a common practice. They'll give like a project a code name so you don't know like what it's called. Like I know Xbox had a couple famous ones where it was like Project Mercury or whatever it was called.
Right. But this
This one's Project Bluetooth.
has stuck. Yeah. So he was inspired by the king's work uniting the Scandinavian and wanted to use the name to imply that Bluetooth would similarly unite wireless standards.
Okay, but do we know why he was called King Harold Bluetooth Shenanigan's name?
Yeah.
Like, did he have just like a straight up like a rotted tooth that was blue?
Yeah. It refers to a dead tooth that had turned dark blue or gray color.
You gotta get that thing pulled, buddy.
Yeah. So
Should be King got a hole in your mouth rather than King Bluetooth.
yeah. So that's why he was called Bluetooth.
All right, fair enough. Amanda, how's your traffic situation? Traffic update. Weather on the 8th.
I have made it to Springfield. So.
Congratulations,
Yay.
Amanda.
Thank you.
She has been trapped on that highway for at least, we're going to say, an hour and change at this point.
I finally saw there was a guy, like clearly they were done with construction, but they left one guy by himself. Like when I got there was only one guy, and he was pulling the cones back so that both lanes were open.
Frank, he probably had to come
Yeah,
back.
I like that. I like everyone just abandoned him. They're like, you can leave when you're done pulling these cones.
Frank's first day. All right, Frank, we're all going home. Get your ass out there in traffic and pull all these cones because these people are real mad and we don't want to be around when they get up here. So
they can flip you off.
That drive that should have taken 15 minutes took Amanda over an hour to get like
a long time.
4 stops on 65 here in Springfield. So congratulations, Amanda. We're proud that you survived and good job. We will continue
Thank you.
on in your name. All right, Bubby. So that was Parker's question. That's a good question. That's a quality question.
I still haven't told him that.
Well, no, he's going to listen to this episode, and Parker. Now you know.
I was waiting,
and I was with you, Parker. I had no idea why Bluetooth was called Bluetooth, but your dad went out and did the research, did his homework, and came back with an answer. So good job, Bubby. Good job, Parker.
I like that Parker thought we were smart enough to know that.
Right.
He thinks highly of us.
I'm going to be honest with you. Now that Bubby has said it, I think I've heard this story before, but that was not one that stuck in my brain. A lot of things are stuck up in there. That one did not make it. My brain took a vote, and it was voted off the island. All right. We'll loop back to yours. So I went to St. Louis this past weekend with the missus.
What'd you do?
She had a work thing up there, and it lasted till late on Friday. So I drove up there to meet her, and we spent the weekend up in St. Louis. We went to Cheesecake Factory.
Buns.
Because I love a good trip to the Cheesecake Factory. So that Cheesecake Factory is in a mall, Chesterfield Mall, I think, is where that one is. There used to be 2 in St. Louis at 2 different malls. One of those malls, they have just shut the hell down. They were like, this mall, and they are going to tear that. They're like, it's fenced off now. It's right by the hotel that we were kind of staying at. It was like right near there, so you could kind of see it. And that whole thing is just fenced off. And they finally shut. The only thing going was like the Cheesecake Factory and like a music store. And they finally were just like, we can't keep this mall open for you two.
Right.
So they shut them all down. They shut that Cheesecake Factory down, and they're going to tear down that mall. That mall is also where Tesla was parking, because the mall was abandoned for the most
I've
part.
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like a bajillion Teslas just parked up there waiting for delivery.
Seen that.
So that was that mall, but they're gone now. They got kicked out when they shut down the mall and did all that stuff. So went to the Cheesecake Factory. It's at the Chesterfield Mall. It's a very nice looking mall, but apparently it's not in the best of neighborhoods. First of all, my wife was warned about not being there at night. Now we were there and it was fine. It's a big, nice looking mall, right? But that mall shuts down at like 7:00. Okay, 7 p.m.
On a Friday night.
On a Friday night, that mall, that security guard came through and said, "Psh, you got to go back to the Cheesecake Factory and wait there because we are closing down." And I was like, "It is 7:00." And he goes, "Yep." And I go, "That seems a bit early." He goes, "Yep, it used to stay open till like 9, but we don't do that anymore," which makes me think
What
this
happened?
place gets sketchy as hell
Yeah.
after 7:00, apparently.
Right? What happened?
So I don't know. He didn't tell me, but this whole big old mall just shut down at 7:00. And I'm thinking, like,
Lock the doors.
back in the day, you'd go to school or whatever, and you have to wait for your parents to get off work, and then they would take you to the mall, right?
Yep.
The kids can't do that now because that mall closes at 7. Like, my dad gets home at 5:30. I don't get out of the house till 6. By the time I get to the mall, they're almost shut down. How am I supposed to go to Hot Topic? How am I supposed to go to Spencer's and look at,
It's probably those kids' reason.
big booby ladies on greeting cards in the back?
It's probably they're the reason that closes down.
Probably kids.
Right?
Today.
They don't spend any money. They just walk around.
Were you a mall kid, Bubby? Did you go to the mall?
Nah, my hometown didn't have a mall.
Oh,
so we.
wait a minute. I'm interested now. What did
Well,
your
no,
hometown
we
have?
had like
Strip
an
mall?
actual downtown area that had shops. And,
I see. Did you hang out down there?
no, we'd go skating rink and
Okay.
movies and
Amanda,
places like
how
that.
about you? Were you a mall kid?
No.
No, no desire to go and hang out at the mall with your friends and fellow hooligans.
Well, step one, didn't really have friends.
Okay,
Step
it's going
two,
well.
didn't really like to hang out, I guess.
So
I like to have a thing I'm doing, and that's the thing we're doing. I don't want to just loiter. I
Okay.
don't enjoy that.
So my mall, this would be the Battlefield. Battlefield? No. Oh, my sister's gonna be mad because she listens to this podcast now. The Battlefield. I want to say Battlefield Mall. I want to say that's correct.
That's what we had.
No, I know
That's the
that's
one
not right.
here.
That River Ridge Mall. I got it. I found it. It was in there. The River Ridge Mall. Because the Battlefield Mall is the one that is by not far from my house. Okay, River Ridge Mall had as you walked in the place, Foot Locker, then the movie theater. Very important to me growing up. It's a fourplex. I saw and Scott, a friend of the podcast, Scott, who will be coming on the podcast here hopefully in the next couple weeks, has this same experience where I bought the Dick Tracy shirt that was also the ticket to the midnight screening of Dick Tracy. Remember Dick Tracy?
Oh,
With
yeah.
Madonna and
Yep.
and then what's his name? So I bought the T-shirt, and that was my ticket to get into the midnight screening of Dick Tracy. Let me tell you what was not worth going to see at a midnight screening, by the way, is Dick Tracy. That
Right.
movie is not that good.
Right.
But my poor dad had to take me and drop my stupid ass off at like 11 o'clock and then come back and pick me up at like 1:30 in the morning after Dick Tracy is over.
Right.
I did the same thing for Batman, the first Batman. I had this shirt, and that got me into the Batman as well. And I wore both those T-shirts, so they just fell apart.
Disintegrated.
You got the Dick Tracy one. You got a stamp on the shirt when you went in. That's how they like canceled out your ticket.
Uh-huh.
So
Can't use this shirt anymore.
can't use it as a ticket anymore. You can use it as a shirt. Still functions as a shirt, but does not function as a ticket. So movie theater, spent a lot of time in that movie theater watching movies, and then right next to it was the arcade. Okay, and we had I think it was in Aladdin's Castle, not 100% on that one, but it was the arcade in the mall. That place got so many monies out of me over the years quarters, dollars, half dollars, whatever. They squeezed all that money out of me. And then they had a KB Toys and a bookstore and all the rest of that stuff. But I really only cared about the arcade and the movie theater growing up. I didn't hang out, but I went to the mall a lot to play in the arcade.
Did you ever go to the movie at the mall here in Springfield? Remember?
No, it was closed by the time I moved to Springfield. Or it was either closed or it was sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I think we only went once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
To that movie theater before it closed.
So they closed down that fourplex in that mall in my hometown. But then at some point, like one of the big chain stores, like the Belk or the whatever, Sears or whatever it was, closed down, and they put like a 10plex in that big ass anchor store. So they currently have another big movie theater there. I saw a movie there once when I went home to see my family. I was like, I'm going to the movies. I'm tired of you people.
That's huge. I already have my tickets for Wicked.
We do not have tickets yet.
Got mine a while back.
Amanda, you got your tickets?
Nope.
Not going?
I'll wait till it comes out.
Okay.
No. I don't go see that many movies.
All right. You don't live that far from a movie theater, too, so.
It's fun to see it in a big theater.
I don't. No.
No.
Just no.
I want to get out of the first week, probably. Only because all the little high school and college theater monkeys will be there just singing along to I don't know. I don't want them singing along when I'm there. I want to just enjoy the movie.
Yeah, we're going on Thanksgiving. Okay,
so you're going to have to give a book report back on how that goes. Is Parker going?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he know much about it?
This kind of leads into my next story with him.
All right, we're gonna loop there here in just a second. Does he know much about the movie?
He's seen the Broadway play.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Up in St. Louis, is it the Fox Theater?
At the Fox? That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and
this isn't the one where he told him to shut up, right?
No.
Okay.
No, that was different.
All right.
So he's seen that.
All right. So what do you got here?
So he saw the advertisement on TV, and he asked why is it called Wicked? And so I was telling him about
that one we can answer.
I was telling him about Glinda the Good Witch and Elphaba the Bad Witch,
the Wicked Witch of the West.
And so he repeats a lot of what I say. So he goes, Elphaba the witch. And I just started laughing because he didn't know. Yeah, he wasn't trying to say the bitch, but he did.
Okay, Elphaba, because it ends in a B and then into it.
Yeah.
All right. So, but excited for the movie?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't think so. But
how about you?
I'm going to make him go anyway.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have bought my tickets so far out if I didn't want to go see it.
Yeah. We want to go see it. Like I said, I just want to wait a little bit. Give it like middle of next week. Yeah. After Thanksgiving, probably. We'll go see it once they're done saying
So it comes out today, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's out today.
My wife's out of town tonight, so I can't go. She'd be very upset if I went myself to see that movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went to St. Louis. Back to my story. Cheesecake Factory. Then we went to the zoo the next day. It was cold up in St. Louis this past weekend. And we went to the zoo. And you know who doesn't enjoy the cold?
Your wife.
No, she was fine.
What?
It's the animals at the zoo who do not want to be out on display when it is cold out. And so we went in. For those of you who are familiar with the zoo, we went into the south entrance and headed over to River Country, which is where they got the elephants and the hippos and the hyenas and that kind of stuff.
Is that the zoo that has the I don't even know what to call it, like ski? What am I trying to say?
I have no idea. I'm bated breath over here.
Not gondolas, but the
chairlift.
Chairlift.
Thing.
Thank you.
No, that is not. That is not.
Must be
zoo.
Kansas City then.
I've never been to their zoo. Do they have a zoo? Kansas City?
Yeah, and apparently it's that one that has the chairlift. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this one is right in the middle of the city, like Forest Lawn Park, I think is what it's located in. Very typical like city zoo. So we're going through, get to like the elephant enclosures, and there's a elephant out there to begin with, and he's just standing by the door like, it's cold out here and I would like to come back. And it's also like around lunchtime, and so I imagine he's like, I would also like to eat my lunch and I don't want to be out here on parade. And then we go to the next animal, and it would either be just an empty enclosure, or it would be like one antelope standing by the door waiting to go back inside because it's cold out there. So the first part of the zoo, kind of a little bit of a bust, but then it picked up after a little bit. We saw plenty of animals, and we saw the monkeys, and we wandered into the reptile house, and my wife almost immediately U-turned and beelined right the hell out of the reptile house because she, like, the first thing she saw was a big-ass boa constrictor, and she was like, nope, and just, and out she went. Yeah. So thanks for nothing.
Yeah, my wife would never go in there in the first place.
Yeah, we saw we started like with big turtles, and she was good. She's like, oh, look at the big turtles. And we're looking at the big turtles. And then she turned around, and there was that damn snake right behind her. And she's like, nope. And just out she goes.
So what's her favorite animal?
She likes like the red pandas pretty good. She likes bears. So like the polar bear, we saw him. He was just chilling. We didn't see the grizzly bears. They were sleeping because hibernating. Yep, more than likely. So the chimpanzees and stuff and the gorillas we saw, she's a big fan of those too. So.
My wife loves the penguin.
Oh, and her favorite, we saw a sea lion, right? And we're there, and they've got this thing where you can walk, like the aquariums where you can walk under the water in the big tube.
Right.
They got that sea lions too. And so you can walk under there, and the sea lions are kind of swimming over top and stuff. And there's one who's like very interested in what everyone is doing. So he's down there, and my wife puts her hand up there by the glass, and he like tries to bite at her hand, and she moves her hand, and he like runs over there and tries to get it. And so they spend like, 5 minutes just going back and forth here with her chasing her hand around, and that sea lion trying to eat her hand. And I was like, he's probably actually trying to eat your hand, but she's like, no, he's like a big dog. And I'm like, we'll see. So we did the zoo. We had a good time at the zoo. We went to up to the hill and had some fancy Italian at the hill.
Good call.
We went up for lunch on Saturday, and that place was packed out. And I was like, there's no way I could do this at night. Because the streets are like a car and a half wide to begin with.
Right.
And then it's parking on either side. And then you got two cars trying to pass the parking. So it's a friggin' nightmare trying to get around up there. I can't imagine living up there because that's like we just parked in front of people's houses, So that place has got to be just a nightmare on the weekends.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
So we did that. And then just kind of took it easy, and then we went to a Mexican place that was kind of by the hotel, and she's like, I haven't tried this place out. Let's go check that out. 'Cause she's up there a lot for work and what have you. So we go to this Mexican place, we walk in, and it is 100% a Chili's. When I walk in that door, I was like, oh, this is the Chili's that has gone out of business, and you guys just moved in, like didn't change anything, just moved in and like put up like a couple little flags and said, good enough. We'll just be this, but a Chili's. So we had...
I might have gone to that restaurant because I've eaten at a Mexican restaurant that was just an old Chili's.
Yeah. It's right next to an Indian place. I don't know if that helps you at all.
Maybe.
Yeah. It might be. It's right next to that mall that shut down with all the Teslas and stuff. It was right next to that.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but it's straight up just a Chili's.
It was good. It was okay.
Yeah, it was fine. But you just, the whole time you're in there, you're like, this is a Chili's.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure close to the Air Force Base up there.
Maybe. I don't really know where I am.
Because I remember I saw out the window a stealth coming.
Fancy.
Fighter, yeah.
Yep.
And so I walked outside, and it flew right over the parking lot and circled around and went back.
Spying on you.
Where it was.
They were keeping it. It's the Illuminati.
Chili. They're spying on Chili's.
It's the Chili's people. They're like, what are you doing in our old building?
So, I remember all that.
Okay. So while I was up there, I don't know, you've driven around St. Louis before, right?
Yep.
It basically involves get on this highway and go for 20 minutes because everything is 20 minutes away on whatever road you get on, and then pull off and it's right there. So that's everything there. So we're on the highway a bunch while we're up there. And on the side of the road as we're driving along, in the dark, like at night, bright white hearse broke down on the side of the road. I do not know if there was a dude in there or not, but How's that day going for you right there?
Is it actually from a funeral home or does somebody own it now?
No, brand new, pristine white.
No.
Like, looks like, definitely came from a funeral home.
Not too new if it's broke down.
No, but not new enough that it didn't break down. Well, they might have ran out of gas. I don't know what, who's driving that one. It might be stupid. But just broke down on the side of the road, hearse. How could you imagine like you're in the funeral procession and then all of a sudden, chuk, 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 and that hearse just pulls over and they're like, I just guess go on. We'll figure this out and we'll meet you at the cemetery? ?
Had to call for another hearse to
Or just got towed to the cemetery. I don't know what's happening there,
Maybe.
but I was like, that can't be good. Like, no good comes from a broke down hearse on the side of the road.
to have his flashers on.
No, just dark as hell.
Oh,
Like, I saw so many broken down cars in St. Louis, just like, and the Google lady kept saying like, beware of stalled vehicle on the coming up on the right hand side, and it was always like just sitting in the dark with like the hood up. And I was like, this, I don't know if they'd been robbed or what had happened. The engine's missing out of it. I don't know. St. Louis is crazy.
up on blocks.
Yeah,
no
up on
wheels.
blocks, all the wheels are gone. I don't know, but every one of them just dark and sitting on the side of the road, like they've been there a while. So I don't want to live in St. Louis. It's a
No.
crazy town up there,
No, if I live anywhere, it'd be Kansas City, and it's dangerous.
right? Chief.
Too dangerous.
All right, so update on my wife's new car. Okay, I drove it up to
Yeah.
St. Louis and back fine. She went and got the plates for her brand new car.
Yay!
Amanda, you ever been to DMV to get new plates?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question here in a second, and you tell me if you know the answer to this question. So she goes in there and waits in line, gets to the front. We'd already gotten new tags for her old car like 2 months ago. So I already paid for 2 years worth of tags and stuff. So we're just transferring over to the new car. She goes in there, she pays her taxes. She gets, they give her all the paperwork and stuff. And then my wife proceeds to ask this question. When will somebody be out to put the plates on my car? Amanda, what do you think that lady's reaction was when my wife asked the lady, was it, first of all, asked if it was an upcharge for them to put it on the car, and then when they would be out to do that?
I wouldn't, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't know how to react to that. I'd probably, if I liked my job, I would just ignore it and move on.
The lady's
I would not be nice.
the lady's response was, "You will be responsible for putting your license plates on your own car next," is what she said.
Oh, nice. That lady, good job, her.
Right, but she clearly looked right at my wife and went, "Next." Like, we're done talking. You can keep on keeping on now. So then she calls me and says, do I need to go to O'Reilly's and have them put the tags on? And I was like, no, I will put the tags on the car when I get home. It is 2 screws. I got this. You may not have a lot of faith in me, but I can definitely put a license plate on a car. But she has led up to this point of life that she has never had to put tags on a car.
Oh my goodness!
Has your wife done it? You think your wife knows how to put the license plates on her car?
I think
She knows that she needs to.
I think probably 90% of the population has done it.
Yeah, like I've
The
done,
driving population.
right. And I've had to pull them off of cars that were wrecked, and yeah, I've definitely like messed with license plates more than I wanted to. But yeah.
That's why you keep a screwdriver in your car.
Oh, I thought that was for stabbing people.
It's both. It's a multi-tool.
Multi-tool, multi-pass.
Or still somebody else's license.
I don't actually keep. I don't think I keep any tools in my car. I might have one of them seatbelt cutters that somebody bought me for Christmas one year. Probably my sister, because she's worried about that.
Break the window.
Yeah, break the window and cut the seatbelt off because she's worried about flipping her car upside down in water
Right.
because she saw something on TV
It was
once.
in a movie.
Yeah, and just traumatized her for life.
Oh, that could happen.
It could happen. It happens. I mean, they
Right.
find cars in the water all the time, sometimes with people in them. So, I mean, it's not
On that day, on that day that it was really, really foggy. I don't remember what day it was, but I drove home and it was like the thickest fog I've ever been in.
Right.
For like the longest amount of time. But I saw like no less than 6 cars flipped over.
Oh.
And I was like, what is happening in the fog? Like, and they were like single cars, not like they wrecked into someone else or anything. Like single cars flipped over. I was like, what is happening?
It's the thing in the
Apparently,
fog.
The
Yeah,
mist.
heavy fog flips cars.
So one time, coming back from the airport, I used to live in Branson, and so I had to drive from the airport here in Springfield down to Branson. And I got on the highway on 65 going to Branson, and it was so foggy. It was like Amanda was talking about, just crazy foggy. I lost 100% total awareness of where I was. Like, I could not tell you if I was still on the right road or not, and where I was on that road. I was so lost because it was just, that fog was so thick I couldn't see like 10 feet in front of me.
Right.
And I'm going like 40 miles an hour with the blinkers on, just flicking my headlights back and forth in case somebody's coming and gonna run me down. But yeah, I can see how like you get disoriented and kind of get over to the side a little bit and over you go.
Yeah, I think that was the closest in my life I've ever been to like a panic attack.
Right.
I was just like, because it was for so long and it was so dark.
Right.
And like just couldn't see anything. And
yeah, you don't know if
like,
anybody's coming your way.
Right. So I actually like pulled off at a gas station which I'm surprised I found the gas station.
Right.
But I pulled off at a gas station and waited for somebody to come along and I pulled out behind them.
Yeah, like, I'll
so
follow
I wouldn't
you.
Be alone.
Yeah, because something's out that mist, just flipping cars over. You don't want to be out there.
Apparently. I know, right?
You don't want to end
It
up
was
on
weird.
your roof.
I hated it.
No, yeah, fog is like, especially at night, like fog is like really disorienting for me. We were out on Table Rock once. We had rented a houseboat. I just remember this story. This was back when Brad and Angie. Did you ever meet Brad and Angie?
Yes.
Okay. When they were still living down here, we'd rented a houseboat. Shouts out to Brad and Angie if they're listening to the podcast. And we had parked the houseboat, and we had another boat, and we were kind of going back to pick up people who were late, kind of stragglers. We were spending the night like on this island out on Table Rock Lake there. And we went to go pick the people up, and it was clear. But by the time I got the people loaded on the little boat and turned around to go back, the fog had come in. And all I could do was try to stay between the two hunks of land and head in the general direction I'm pretty sure that boat was. And then I just was like beeping the horn, and I called ahead, and I was like, if you hear me beeping, like give some sort of sign, because I got no idea where you are. And I know I was just swerving back and forth on that lake because I had no idea where I was. Oh, disconcerting. Yeah, I do not like the fog.
Have you seen the movie The Mist?
I've seen parts of that movie. That movie gives me anxiety.
It's too scary. Yeah, I didn't like it either.
It turns out, much like all of his movies, it's all to do about nothing. But there's a twist at the end, a twist. But the set of that movie is not good. That one and the A Quiet Place. I can't do that one either. That movie gives me so much anxiety. Like, I watched like 10 minutes of that movie. I was like, nope.
Yeah, we talked about The Quiet Place not long ago.
Yeah, not for me. So I got one more here, and then we'll kind of start wrapping this up. Bubby, you know where Centerfold is here in town, right?
Yes.
You're a freaking patron. Amanda, I believe you are also a freaking patron of the Centerfold Gentlemen's Club here in Springfield.
Is that the one on Sunshine?
That is the one on Sunshine.
Okay, yeah, I know where it is.
And they have been, for quite some time, advertising the best steak in town, okay? To which I say you have wasted a golden opportunity to call your place of business Shake and Steak, because that's a genius name, and the Steak and Shake people can't be mad at you for that. But they did not call themselves Shake and Steak. They call themselves Centerfold. But they have a new sign up now. And that new sign, and I'll try to get a picture of it here before this episode goes live so I can post it, says, check out our new menu now with late night options. Bubby, Amanda, my question to you that I posit is, what is the late night option on the menu at a strip club?
Taco bar.
Oh, shit. Bubby's swinging for the fences right off the bat. Taco bar. Wow. I don't even know if you know that joke is as good as it is.
I do. Unfortunately.
Amanda, what are you guessing?
I was gonna guess shrimp cocktail, and I can't think of what they're called. Little
little smokies.
Oh, pigs in a blanket.
Oh, pigs in a blanket and shrimp. Holy crap. Could you imagine like 2 a.m? Just, all right, folks. Sierra's just got done dancing, but don't forget the menu is in full swing and the late night options are happening. Make sure you get your shrimp cocktail and pigs in a blanket. I was thinking they just open up like a Petridge Farms like meat sampler box and they just like carve it off and put it on little crackers and hand it out to the just wasted patrons whipping 50 cents at that
charcuterie board.
A charcuterie board, exactly, charcuterie. Don't eat, kids. Parker, if you're listening to this episode, kids in general, don't eat the food at a strip club, okay? If you want to get poisoned, that's a good way to go about getting poisoned. That's all I'm saying right now.
Great. Now I'm going to have to explain to him what a strip club is.
Oh, he
knows.
He's not far off, Bubby.
No, he doesn't.
His birthday's coming up. He's going to be 18 here before too long.
Yeah, mentally he's not.
That doesn't matter, Bubby. You take your boy to that strip club.
No.
Yeah. So I am not, don't eat at the strip club, but definitely don't eat at the buffet at a strip club if they have a buffet, because that just makes it infinitely worse, because that means somebody's touched your food before you, and don't eat that. We went to the mega buffet in Springfield today. Not Springfield, in Branson today for lunch. You know what I'm talking about? On the strip.
Yeah.
The one closer to downtown, across from where that random ass broke down theme park was, or not even theme park.
Yeah.
Okay, and friend of the podcast, Tim, loves that place. Would take me there. Of course. Yeah, took me there all the time, even though it was inconveniently far away from where we were working.
So did Foster.
So yeah, and so did Foster. So I'm telling that story to the people that I'm going to eat lunch with. We're standing in line to go in and sit down to eat. Guess who comes up behind me?
Oh, really?
Yep, him and 2 of his current monkeys. Just
nice.
He goes, "Don't turn around." And I was like, "I just was talking about you." So we sat next to Tim and had some lunch at the mega buffet. So
awesome.
All right, folks. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you did, feel free to write in and let us know about what you think might be on that late night strip club menu, or any shows that you watched as a kid that you are particularly excited about. Let us know, and we'll talk about them on the air. You can check
and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, please, and write us a review on iTunes. It helps our numbers, I think, somehow. I'm not sure how.
That's what all the other podcasts say,
right?
So it's got to be true.
Click that like and subscribe button. That's just down below. But you can write us at itsallfishandships@gmail.com, and check out our website. I've updated it a little bit. I am going to, over the Thanksgiving break, I'm going to make the profile. So we're all going to have profiles on the page as well. I'm excited about that. So I'm working on that, but check us out at itsallfishandships.com.
With pictures?
Hopefully. We'll see how far I get. Check us out there. You can check us out on our Facebook group, where everything will be posted that we talk about, pictures and video links and all the rest of it. And that's Facebook groups at It's All Fish and Chips. If you end up on the Facebook page, It's All Fish and Chips, don't worry, there's a link that'll take you to the group. YouTube, I don't know if they fixed their shenanigans yet or not, so the new episodes might not be up on there yet. And then check us out on our Patreon, where we have, big announcement, a new Patreon subscriber.
What?
Right? I was saving that to the very end. So just like Ed and Carol and KK and Anthony and my wife, we can now also thank my sister Sarah for being
awesome.
a subscriber to the Patreon. So, Bobby, I've got family members subscribed. Amanda, you've got family members subscribed. Bobby, where you at? Where's your missus at? Come on, she can join.
She's the only family I have.
She's the only family I have. Parker, sign up. Get your dad's credit card and sign up for the Patreon.
Wait, that's me paying my own Patreon.
Psh, I'll take you $3. It's only $3 a month.
I spend enough time doing this once a week.
It's only $3 a month. Helps us buy new gear for the podcast. So check us out there at Patreon. It's allfishandships.com. But having said all of that, my name is Thor.
Bubby.
Bye.
Bye. And remember, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, it's all fish and chips. Man, did you make it home safe?
Not Not yet, but I will.
Still, oh, she's just out there driving now.
Driving in circles.
I didn't want to go into like the house with the dogs.
Oh yeah, you should have just like Bubby at the freaking Chili's, just mayhem and disorder happening in the background. If that's not the podcast, I don't know what is. All right, folks, we'll see you next time.